from the name of government delegate to city council, that they are still functioning the same. There's no need. They should allow the elected mayors to do their work. We'll talk of dual functions in Cameroon and the so many commissions. The question we are asking, are these assets or liabilities? And so I want to begin this time with Dr. Busi. Yeah, with Dr. Busi, if you look at this, the Senate, city mayor, there's so many commissions and so on. Are these supposed to be functioning? And maybe we have so many dual functions. Do they have anything doing?
Mr. Moderator, I want to say that duplication of services is very expensive and is poor. Commissions are good to solve problems, but we have seen ministers in this country that they are head of commissions. When there are people who don't have a job and who have dignity, who have integrity, who could be members of commission in this country. Let me take, for instance, the Commission for Bilingualism and Multiculturalism. I don't know why a top former member of government should be a head of such a commission. It can be as a result of experience, but I want to say that commissions, head of commissions, should be persons whom at a particular point the people believe in them, that they can solve a problem and they are independent. People who are independent, you cannot be holding about 3 positions and they are head of commission. You cannot be a top member of government or a member of Senate and you are still a board chair. We saw the case of our father, the Chief Mukete. He was board chair, but we had to advocate for that. Let him leave one. You cannot have duplication of services while there are many unemployed Cameroonians with certificates out there and who are bona fide Cameroonians, of this, members of this country. So I want to say that duplication of services, I'm not part of it. Everybody's involved in nation building. But if you have the experience and you have the largesse, you have the integrity, where people believe in you, you can handle such a commission. Doctor. Because when you look at commissions in Cameroon, Mr. Moderator, look at the commission for disarmament.
Okay.
The person for that commission was an ex-member of government. Look at the commission for bilingualism, ex-member of government, top, not any kind of member of government, top members of government. Fayengo Francis, Peter Mafani Musonge. So we are saying that, are you saying that people like Reverend Father Kleda, or let me say Bishop Kleda, sorry. People like Bishop Emeritus, what's his name again? No? Bishop Emeritus, the Bushu and the other in Douala, can they not head commission in this country? We are saying that we have people of integrity, what economists call the lender of last resort. That when we are in problems, in crisis in this country, we can look up to them. People have values, people, Cameroonians, believe in them, that can head commissions. There are commissions that when you put members of government who have integrity, who are dignified, the issue is that there are people who believe that they are part and parcel of the government. They will never solve that problem. They will never be genuine. It's because of the mindset we already have in Cameroon. So we want a system whereby square pegs are put into square holes. Okay. If square pegs are put into square holes, we'll solve our own problems. We know of members of government. Go to La Cantini, the chairman of the hospital, the board of directors. It was a minister. The minister of secondary education was one of the board chairs and occupying another position before Minister Ngole came in. So we are saying that should members of government also be board chairs, have duplication of services. So we must try to economize. But I believe that if such personnel or personality have integrity, they can function like that. But I think that there are other Cameroonians who have personalities, who have worked And I also believe that if you are a member of the opposition, you can also chair a commission.
Okay.
And I saw that.
Then we come
I
to-
saw that with a commission of reconstruction,
Okay.
where a top SDF member was put as a member of a commission. That was a positive. At times also, we must also have to applaud for the government. We must, Mr. Njong Donatus, the former mayor of Kumbo.
Yes.
So we must also, the government is not very so bad as we think. To manage a government is not easy. And we cannot keep on blaming the government all the time as poor.
Let me come to
At times we should
Mr.
also applaud the
Jomo
government.
Siri.
And I think that the government also must sit up to for nation
we
building.
have situations where somebody is a regional delegate, is a lecturer in the University of Boya, is a chairman of this institution, and so on. Somebody had, because I watched the programs, somebody was introducing herself. She has 5 positions in this country, including a regional delegate. Then we have people who have had PhDs, but they don't have the opportunity to lecture in university.
Every generation has the mission to discover its purpose, either fulfill it or betray it. The question you are posing to me has a socio-political connotation. Okay? Politically, people learn to work together. People learn to suffer together. And so people learn to eat together. What the conflict of trust that the 37 years old regime is having with the younger generation is something that is established worldwide. And that is why in today's debate over the African Union, the leaders were talking about having a network like the Nigerian Youth NYC,
Nigerian Youth Service.
Yes.
Okay.
which is a pathway
To
from
employment.
school to work,
Okay.
which also is going to select young people of our caliber to groom us in the corridor of governance and policy making. Because whether they like it or not, we are destined for that. And we are working like this towards taking power. But again, we need to, if truly fatherhood or motherhood is the ultimate, that should be protected. It means that they must start guiding us towards the right path instead of leaving us dispersing in any direction. I'm still talking under the political setup. So unfortunately, it's a cohort that are aging out and are doing everything not to betray anyone among themselves. And you see accumulation, duplication of services, then the various electorate organs that you have cited, the Senate, for example, the regional council that is coming up, assets or liability, they are both. And I'm still talking under the political canopy because come to think of the Senate, for example, what do you make of chiefs? If you go to the Senate, you see that a huge majority of Senate members are chiefs, traditional rulers. It's not for nothing. Man, you see how your man is suffering. Your boy is going through challenges time to be here. So talking about the Senate and the House of and the chief, the reason is that Cameroon has so many ethnicities. And to make them representative and that people should have the feeling of belonging, they must have a house where those people come and meet and chat stories of their days and how they are grooming their children to maintain that status quo. Remember, we are a reflection of the educational system. I'm taking after a learned panelist that have read and was able to voice it. So I'm just borrowing from him to say that we are a resulting effect of the kind of education. So to learn with that political part of it before I attack the social part of it, which I will take 2 seconds. I always make sure I respect my time. To say that that house have to meet The regional council that is coming up is another one. It's going to take the same coloration. For that one, you cannot argue. And so it's an access to those who are there. The hegemony that have been able to set up, it is an access to them.
Okay.
Man, but if you want to take whether it is, I'm joking, go and sit in a very big supermarket and see those who park cars inside and see how their children behave when they enter there. They pick this, they say 200,000, they say no, everything to them is like no problem. After you see be 900,000 and nobody is complaining. So truly, it is their asset, not for the nation. It is a liability to the people. They are like a weight, they are like our ballock. Because every day we sleep and we want to get out and pray that they should be off, they are still there. So in the social arena of it, this question now comes for redistribution of wealth. In as much as there has been an hegemony that have grown up, at least some few people have been able to escape the corridor of poverty and have been able to infiltrate their way inside here. I will not cite example for fear of political setup. Up to now, some people have been citing Kabwa Libi and other rest. No, I want to exempt myself as because I'm a politician and I know politicians can raise even people in the opposition to still fulfill what their own agenda. So, to learn with the social aspect of it. So some people have been able to escape the poverty corridor to find themselves in part of these houses, and it's also helping for redistribution of wealth.
Okay, let me come to you, SK Kufuor. You know, if you look at it, it shows that the fair share of the national cake is not distributed fairly. And some people say, if we look at what we call city councillors or city mayor, it's not very necessary. We should allow the mayors of their municipality to rule, because that's what is bringing a lot of problems today. If you notice, nearly all the regions, you find councils that you see workers even rioting and so on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mwambo Williams, for posting that question. I want to start by saying that leaders of yesterday want to be leaders of today. That is where the problem starts. Yesterday is a different ball game from today. The first thing is, you can't use solutions of the 70s to solve problems of 2000s. And that is why we are seeing the force of experience must give way to the strength of the youth. Okay. That is first one of the way. Because the force of experience at this moment, like what my co-panelist said, they are doing the amalgamation of wealth to pass it down. If you want to look, I will not want to cite, but I may say it. There are governors that their children now are SDOs.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So they have already planned a hegemony. That those who have been commoners, no matter how far you go and you are a PhD holder, you remain in the line of commoners and your children remain in the line of commoners. The only thing you may be telling your children is that, I am a professor. That may be the best you say, because even the pay package for that professorship cannot maintain you. Talk less of your siblings and your family. So the only thing you may be telling your children when they want to write on the house, do you know I'm a former professor? So that is what the government is living. You are a governor. Commoners cannot get entrances to the ENAM to build themselves, no matter how eligible and intelligent they are. Is first of all a limitation. Why? Because leaders of yesterday want to be leaders of today and want to leave the space while they have groomed the leaders who were to be of today to be the leaders of tomorrow, and that remains along their children. I want to ask first of all, what is the function of the Senate? That is the kind of house that should not even be existing. President Biya should dissolve it. The only function the Senate has is to give a clear path that in the absence of the president of the Senate fills the vacuum. Away from that, tell me what everything has been done by any Senate in this country. This is the second time the Senate came into existence. Point me 3 aspects that the Senate has carried. At least in that of the parliamentarians, I can even point that they have been carrying out very minute issue. But let's even say that it is better to attempt than not.
There's so much conflict, chaos among mayors and city mayors.
I am coming to that. I am coming to that. I started from the House of the Senate.
Okay.
That the President of the Republic should dissolve it. It is a house that wastes money.
Okay.
They have nothing to give to Cameroonians, and they are contributing nothing so long as Cameroonians are concerned. The money they are being paid, they are paying money for nothing being done. The House of Parliament in the system of Cameroon is enough. Having a Senate and a Parliament in Cameroon at this moment, I don't even know the kind of system Cameroon is functioning. Is it a presidential? Is it a semi-presidential?
Yeah, it's semi-presidential.
You want to, if you want to go, I will come into when we want to talk about types of government. Cameroon government is mixed at the moment. You can't pinpoint it. Let's go back to talk again about the Senate, the city
mayor.
What more do you expect when people have to compensate people who have been standing there and doing dirty jobs for them? When people have been blocking the way for merit to take dominance? When people have been blocking the way for younger people to take over governance? What best way can you tell your friends than to tell them thank you by putting them in position where they'll be reaping? Is it normal that a single person will occupy 5 positions like you widely quoted? Why there are many Cameroonians along the street wallowing in poverty? Not wallowing in poverty with empty head, full loaded with intelligence, that putting them in that position is going to spark the change in Cameroon, but they are moving along the street. We don't see the necessity of city council. To me, it is political favor that is to be granted to friends of same feathers to keep enjoying. Like what Dr. Busi was saying. I don't see why commission should be created. When commission has to be created, we really need neutral people from the civil society. I want to say that, let me tell you how a commission should be formed. We need a teller in the commission.
Just 5 seconds.
You can take your time. You always
Okay.
take it.
Yeah.
We need a teller in the commission. We need a hunter in that commission. We need a footballer in that. See, you bring different people of different field of life. They are getting to the people they want the result. You don't bring somebody who has been sitting as a minister and has been a failure to the nation. If the regime has to be blamed, most of those people, they are recycling from one position to the other. They are the people failing the regime. And you want to create commission, you still bring the same people to put them at the help of the commission. You have a governor who went on retirement with scandals. And you want to create a commission, you are bringing that same governor from retirement to come up with a governor to carry. So you begin to ask, how serious are these people? Chino Achebe once asked this question, that the old people have gathered, where are the young suckers? And in Cameroon, they want to kill the young suckers, but God no go shape us, we cannot die.
Dr. Busi, we are concluding on this program, and I don't know if the upcoming regional council is very necessary. With whatever you have to say, we are concluding.
Yeah, that is a very conflicting question, but I want to say that I want to say that it's just that the Senate is becoming. We are not seeing the impact of the Senate, because you could see senators with very luxurious cars. We are not seeing the impact in the field, in the life of the common man. We have not seen the laws in this country that have affected the life of the common man. You may see senators in the House of Senate, when they are deliberating, they are sleeping. They are because of age. You have seen senators, they are talking, they are lying, they are sleeping. So they are how they are contributing to nation building. They are our fathers. They should mentor us to take power too. And I think that the issue of gerontocracy, we are decrying that. Government of the age has to stop. And the issue of the regional council, we are already in a crisis, and people are already talking of the form of government they want. Some are talking of a unitary state, some are talking of federation, some are talking of separation. So it's very conflicting at this point in time. But looking at the regional election, it's giving power to the people. And many at times you see politicians looking for their own persons. They want them to continue their political drumming and put there that they'll be they'll elect by such persons. And we'll still continue in such rigmaroles. So what I'm trying to say is that regional elections, if in 1994 and so, if Cameroon respected the decentralization, regional election would have been very good at that point in time, so that people could engage in local governance and understand their issues. And now Cameroon has created NASLA, the National School for Local Administration. And I want to ask myself, who are those who go to this school? Children of barons who are writing the concours. At the end of the day, will they be productive to handle our local administration in our councils and so on, Mr. Moderator? So the way forward is that at this point in time, it's conflicting in the Northwest and Southwest, because the people have their voices for federation, the people have their voices for the kind of administration they want. But I think that in 1994, regionalization would have been the best. And with regionalization, also they follow the constitution. When you look at the present constitution, it is not very positive. Because why? Governors are still being appointed. but you have regional presidents that are elected. If governors are supervisory body, it means that the governor is the head, while the person that is even elected, the person appointed is the head, while the person elected is like the vice. So what is the impact of that? And we are seeing that the House of Chiefs will be coming back, and most of the chiefs now are politicians. What will be the effect when you have seen our chiefs have run away from their villages and they have become politicians? And I think that chiefs are not even supposed to be politicians, they are supposed to be political. But you see chiefs now, most of them are in the National Assembly and the Senate. What are they doing there?
Okay, Mr. Anjomosiri, dear viewers, I promise that there will be a time when we will come. I will take the regional councils as a very main serious topic here that will really have time. We are concluding your last word, and we don't know, the same mayors and maybe chiefs that you are condemning in the Senate and so on will be the people who will be electing the councillors, the regional councillors.
Yeah. Since we are moving out of the program, I have two things to say. The first one is to call on young people who are watching us to go and register and have their voters' cards. For that, it's important. Whether you are going to partake to a voting exercise or not, have it. If we're in a serious country, it could have been one of the requirements for somebody to enter the university or even do an ID card. If truly they want Cameroonians to be representative and make their vote and elect their leaders. The second thing I want to say is when you are not on the table of discussion, always know that you are the subject being discussed. If you are not on the table for the food that they are eating, know that you are the menu that they are eating. The fact that young people are quiet on things that concern them, they should simply know that their right is being consumed where they are not present. That is just what I want to end.
Dear viewers of Crossviews, this is where we come to the end of the program on CMTV. We want to say that we thank you so very much for being there. I've been moderator Mwambu Williams. See you next time.